Let's be real for a second. What's the one thing that separates a good idea from an idea that actually changes things? It's all in how you present it. So today, we're going to move way beyond just bullet points. We're going to build a presenter's toolkit to turn any talk from kind of dull to absolutely dynamic.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You are so passionate about your topic, you've done all the work, you get up there to speak, and you're met with just crickets. A sea of blank faces. It feels like you're talking into a total void. And that's the absolute worst part, isn't it? The room can be packed to the brim, but if you haven't actually connected with anyone, it might as well be empty. That's a huge red flag that your message just isn't landing. Yeah, this is what we call the empty room problem. It's this trap where fantastic ideas, brilliant data, and really important messages, they just get lost. Why? Simply because the delivery didn't connect. But don't worry, there's absolutely a way out. So today, right now, we are building your escape plan. This isn't about memorizing lines or clicking through slides. This is about equipping you with a powerful toolkit. We're talking 3 core techniques that will make sure your message doesn't just get heard, it gets remembered. It sticks. Okay, first step in our toolkit is maybe the most powerful communication device ever invented: storytelling. A good story isn't just fluff you add at the beginning. No, it's the emotional bridge that you build between your facts and your audience's hearts and minds. It's everything. And listen, you don't need to be some master novelist to pull this off. The classic narrative arc is just beautiful in its simplicity. First, you set the scene. What's the world look like right now? Then you introduce the conflict. What's the problem we're all facing? And finally, you unveil the resolution. And that's where your idea, your product, your data becomes the hero of the story. So what are the key ingredients for a story that really works? Well, first off, authenticity. If you share a real personal experience, you build trust almost instantly. Next, make sure you have relatable characters so your audience can actually see themselves in the story. And finally, use visual imagery. I mean, paint a picture with your words that is so vivid they can't possibly look away. All right, let's move on to our second tool, and this one's a fun one: humor. When you use it strategically, humor is the ultimate icebreaker. It just lowers everyone's defenses, it builds incredible rapport, and honestly, it wakes up a sleepy room faster than a shot of espresso. I mean, just think about it. When your audience is relaxed and they're smiling, they become so much more open to what you have to say. This isn't about being a stand-up comedian. It's about creating a shared, positive moment that connects you to them. So how do you do it without, bombing? Stick to the safe stuff. A short, funny little story related to your topic. Perfect. A clever pun can add a nice, lighthearted touch. And observational humor about something everyone in the room has experienced, like, say, the terrible conference coffee. That'll get everyone on your side in a second. But, and this is a big but, here is the golden rule, and it is non-negotiable. Know your audience. The whole point of humor is to connect, to bring people closer. If there is any chance your joke could alienate or offend even one person in that room, just leave it out. It's not worth it. Okay, our final tool is the one that elevates your presentation from just being interesting to being truly influential. This is the art of persuasion. It's about moving beyond just sharing information. It's about getting your audience to go from passively listening to actively agreeing and then hopefully taking action. You know, the ancient Greeks gave us this amazing framework, and it's still so relevant. Ethos is your credibility. It's basically asking, why should they believe you? Pathos is the appeal to emotion, which you'll notice connects right back to our first tool, storytelling. And then there's logos. That's the logic, the cold, hard data and evidence that proves your point. A truly persuasive presentation has a nice balance of all 3. But here's the secret sauce. Persuasion starts way before you even open your mouth. It begins with audience analysis. You absolutely have to understand who you're talking to. What do they care about? What are their concerns? This isn't about manipulation, not at all. It's about respect. It's about framing your message in a way that truly lands with them. So there you go, your brand new presenter toolkit. We've gone from the problem of that silent, empty room to a concrete set of tools that will help you become a memorable and genuinely influential communicator. And really, it all comes down to these 3 ideas. You can forget 100 different little tips and tricks. A focused strategy built on story, humor, and persuasion is pretty much all you need. These are the pillars that have been proven to work for centuries. So this is your mission now. Use stories to captivate your audience right from the get-go.
Weave in a little bit of humor to keep them engaged and build that all-important rapport. And then structure your message with the principles of persuasion to truly influence how they think.
Because the next time you step up in front of a room, I promise you, it won't feel empty. They'll be right there with you, hanging on every single word. So the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?